Hello everyone, welcome back to graphic designing course presented to you by Youvah. I am Shravan Malviya and this is our session number 6 in which we are going to learn about layout and composition. So basically till now we have seen color theory, typography, we also learned that how to use Canva and we had our introduction session of course, right? But now it is the time to understand that how we are going to put all these things together. Like you already know that what are elements, we got to know about fundamentals. You already know which color to use when and how. You already know that what kind of font we should use in any kind of designs, and now you also know that how to use Canva. But how we are going to put all these together, like in Canva, how we are going to put colors, how we are going to put typography or our content, and the fundamentals like shape, form, texture and line, and with all of that how we will create a good composition, how we will create a good layout, so that all things will make sense, all things will look together. So this session, layout and composition, is all about putting all the things which you have learned till now together. All right, though later on we are going to learn about uses of images also, but we can replace images with elements also, right? So now I'm going to tell you about the layout and composition, and later on you can add your images too. Why we are going to learn about images later on? Because when you already know that how to make a good composition, then you can directly fit in your images, right? So moving forward, see, are you able to see layout in front of yourself? So this is a very basic layout. Now let me ask you a question, okay? And please be honest. You can pause the video whenever I am going to ask the question. Think about it and answer it to yourself, and then compare your answer with my answer. Most of the time it might be possible that you will get to the right conclusion or you will get to the right answer. How? That I will tell you. That psychology I will tell you about layout and composition. All right. So what do you think? In this column, what will come? Yes, in this column, what will come? Like there will be heading, there will be content, there will be subheading. What do you think? What will be there? Take your time. Yes, so I'll answer all of them one by one. Okay, so firstly I'll ask all the questions and then I'll answer the questions. Okay, so this is the first one, first question. Now what do you think? What will be here on this part, this dark highlighted line? Yes, what do you think? What will be there? Then here, these 5 lines or 6 lines, what do you think? What will be here? And then we have this column. So as you are able to see, there are 3 sections. This is the section number 1, this is the section number 2, and this is the section number 3. All right, we talked about the first section, I have not answered yet, then the second section, and then the third section. What do you think? What will be here? What thing will be put here and then on the below of this icon? So let's discuss all these things. Okay, most of you might be thinking that here comes the heading of this article. If this is an article, let's suppose this is an article, so here the heading of that article will come, right? Now here maybe the subheading, maybe it will be written that who has written the article, or the subheading can be here. All right, then the main content. Now this is the portion where you can put your image, right? Obviously you might have think about here comes the image of any person, below comes the information about that person, and here comes their signature. Now let me tell you what layout is this. Have you seen any Wikipedia page? Most of the Wikipedia pages follow this layout. Firstly, the heading of that person will be there, then their profile will be there, and then all the things will be put it together. If you don't believe me, let's check it out. All right, let's check it out on our browser. So I'm going to tell you about the principles, but let's suppose I'm searching about Sachin Tendulkar. All right, so see, heading, subheading which is highlighted, not subheading but again the name which is highlighted, as we have seen here also. All right, then profile picture, his name, his details, all the things, and then at the end signature. Sorry. So see, profile picture, personal details, other details, and at the end signature, right? And here is the all content. Just check this out again. Profile picture, personal details, signature, then heading, and then subheading and content. So this is what called an layout. When you're putting things together, when you're deciding that where to place your heading, where to place your main content, where to place images, and which space you want to leave empty. So if you're able to see between three sections, these three sections, this place is empty, right? So we will learn about it, but this is called proximity, this is called negative space. This is called white space or negative space. All right. Why we leave it? Because we don't want our design to look very cluttered. So that's why we will give some spaces in between, just to let the audience know that there is some breathing space, so that they will also not get confused while reading, and it will be very clear. Also, if you will see here, we are following one principle. We are going to learn about it again, though we have seen it already in hierarchy, in typography, which is called hierarchy. So in hierarchy, what we do, this is our heading. From heading, we are guiding our user to the content, and from the content, we are guiding to the personal information of that person, right? So here also we are guiding users eyes, or we are guiding user from one point to the last point. All right. So we are navigating them through, and you can see here comes that like here you can see a zigzag pattern: 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So this is what called an layout, where you are planning to where to put your heading, where to put your content, where to put your images, and just combining them together. All right. And that is how you can create a composition also. Like if you have created a good layout and you already know that what things to be placed where, then it will create a good composition. All right. A composition can be repeated multiple times. A layout can remain same. All right. Now, see, layout and composition gives your design a structure. All right, as we have seen already that what is a structure, you already know that where to place heading, where to place your subheading, where to the main content, and where to place his images, where to place his element. If you already know this, so what you are doing, you are giving a structure to your design. All right, so what we can do this in Canva also. I'll let you know like at the end of this workshop that how you can design your layout, a good layout. All right. So you can enable guides and navigate a user, navigate users on Canva. Like in Canva, there is an option of enabling rules and guides. It means you will be having a scale. So you can bring that scale down. Like I will tell you, no need to be confused here. All right. So how to bring the scale down and accordingly place your things together. All right. And how you can do that by enabling margins and other content. All right. So what is layout? Just a basic simple definition that it is arrangement of elements of a design such as stories of a newspaper page. All right. As you are able to see on the right side of the screen, this one. What is this? This is also an layout. Like this will be heading. This will be our short image. Then there will be 4 images or 2 images, full images. Before image, your content will come. After image, the content will come. And then again some images. So wherever you are seeing these kind of blocks, these are for images, and remaining space will be for content and some for white space. I hope you are able to see the white spaces. All right. So again, we will read and just focus more clearly here that layout is arrangement of elements. Okay. So as you have seen the, layout of newspapers, layout of magazines, or maybe layout of your textbooks. All right. Why I give these examples very oftenly? Because these are like in day-to-day life, you observe them very carefully. You read them. It is your life only, right? You can see packaging of any chocolate or wafers also. There also they use this principle called layout and composition, like where to place the brand name, like for example Lays, then the Lays chips and the flavor, seasoning, other things, images in the bottom of the packet, and then on the back of it the ingredient list, the calorie list, that how much sugar it has, how much fat it has, how much protein it has, how much calorie it has, what is the weight of that packet. Everything is written, manufacturing date, expiry date, used by, other things, right? So what these things are, every if you'll see any packet, any packaging design, so sections are divided for enabling these things. One section is for MRP, expiry date, and manufacturing date, and batch number. All right, that we will see in white space. Then other space is for ingredient, remaining space for calorie and other things. Labels, we called it labels. We never read labels, right? But we should. All right. So this is called layout. Now composition is basically a thought. It is a creative thought process that is associated with arts. All right. When you are doing maybe painting, when you are doing photography, when you are writing something, so you see how it will look like. All right. If I'm taking a photograph, right? So I'll see that you will be coming on this portion, the background will be coming on this portion, this is our white space, this is, you know, light, like light is falling on my face from here, so it is making contrast. What is the wall color? So deciding all these things, deciding this process and capturing it is called composition. All right, so compositions come in, you know, when you are creating any abstract art or abstract painting or any kind of, you know, digital art. If you are creating, there also comes composition into the play. All right, because you need to see that how it will look like. All right, so that is called layout and composition, and that's why we are learning it. Now there are 5 major principles in layout and composition. All right, so let's learn about those 5 principles. Firstly, the proximity. All right, now what is proximity? So proximity is basically using visual space to show relationship. Now using visual space to show relationship, what does that mean? So see, if you are able to see here, or let's go on the first page only, when I am using this image, so whose this image will be? What do you think? The person's name which is written on the heading. So mostly the image will be of that person only. So how it is happening? Because we have created that proximity, that all the sections are relating to each other. Like we are just connecting the dots. All right. So this happens mostly in articles like Wikipedia pages or blogs. All right. So proximity is basically using visual space to show relationship. Like you can use blocks of content, you can use text, you can use icons, right? You just need to make sure that the things which you are using or the things which you are showing are interconnected to each other, are related to each other. All right, that is the you know, main concept here about proximity, that you need to define the spaces, you need to define the blocks accordingly so that they will connect to each other, they will connect the dots. Okay, because at the end we are crafting a story, we are weaving a story by small portions. So we are weaving a story with the help of images, then text, then your, you know, white space, then your headings, and at the end combining them together comes a whole design. All right, and then white space. What is white space? I think it is very obvious to you that whatever space we are leaving, the negative space or the space we are leaving which we are not utilizing, it is just blank, it is empty. So it is called empty space also, it is called white space also, it is called negative space also. So that we call as white space. It is used to define and separate different sections also, right? And we also leave some breathing space for your design, because breathing space for your design is very important. If there is not any breathing space, then user will get confused that what I have to read first, what I have to read next, how to read between sections, because there is no space. All right, so as you will be seeing here also I have used white space, here also I have used white space. See, too much white space, just to give our presentation, just to give our text, just to give our heading some breathing space so that they will take their own space. Have you ever you know, observed it or experienced it? Whenever you go in a train or in a local train which is very stuffed or which is very crowded, how do you feel there? You feel constipated, suffocated there, right? Some of you know, people feel you know, they maybe suffer from claustrophobic, you know, some people are claustrophobic, so they will, you know, suffer anxiety also there, they will suffer suffocation there, right? But what if everybody is sitting on their seats only with some distance? You will feel very relaxed, right? You will feel very calm, you will have that breathing, right? Same thing we need to give to our elements also, either it is heading, subheading, or your main text or elements or images. Everything, every element should have their own space, should have some breathing space. All right, because you know, that makes your design more minimal, that makes your design more modern, that makes your design more clean. All right, though there is one again, there are some exceptions. So there are some designs which are called maximalism design. Okay, let me show you them also. So I'll show you minimal designs and maximal designs. Okay, maximal designing. See, digital, let's search for digital designs. See, maximal design, there is no breathing space, just these you know, spaces are used just to separate these columns, otherwise it is very clouded or it is very, you know, cluttered, as you can see. See these designs, no breathing space. Then also some of this looks good, because this is also a theory in graphic designing. As I said, that there are some exceptions. So maximal designs are also there, but let me show you minimal designs. See, this is called a minimal design, too much breathing space, or this is called minimalistic graphic design. Though these are some rules, but you can see here a 3D design, minimal 3D design. All right, see here, this is a painting, minimal painting, not too much crowded, just basic, some mountains. I think this is a sunrise or sunset, some mountains, other elements. And as you can see, we have discussed it in abstract ideas also in fundamentals, that here shapes are used to make this art, right? So this is called minimal design, right? And you can search for, if you want to create, so you can just search for minimal design ideas. Okay, so you'll get multiple ideas in digital design, because as I said that graphic designing has many fields, so they are showing us interior design ideas. All right, see this one, very abstract, very modern, very clean, right? Similarly, you can see in this examples, see this one. Or you can search for advertisements also, digital design advertisements. So you will get see, this is also minimal, because you are able to read everything, all the things are mentioned here. See this one, we are going to create something like this, so no need to worry. All right, see this one, this is an advertisement of digital creative agency, where you can directly see that this is digital marketing, we are in creative agency. Then they have highlighted marketing again, though marketing was mentioned earlier also, but then also here is marketing. And then other things, that well designed, made in Photoshop, fully editable. So they have mentioned all these things also. All right, see, so these are minimal designs, not too minimal. There is a company also which has minimalist in their name only. So just if you can search for minimalist, I will search for sunscreen. All right, see their design, very minimal as per their name. Nothing is there, bland packaging, white and black, just an orange line which is adding that touch of creativity. All right, see their packaging. So you need to get inspired by these kind of designs. See, ingredients that make it unique. So they have included ingredients, packaging design, then a block, right? See this one, very pretty, very basic, at the same time very minimal, right? So this is the power of layout in composition. Heading, key feature, subheading, all the features with their icons, and they have included these dots also, just to highlight these circles, and then their product, nothing else, right? So this is how we need to look for designs like these. We already talked about white space. Now it is about contrast. What you are able to see on the screen, contrast basically making difference. All right, contrast is basically making difference. When we just need to make one item different from another, one element different from another, what you are able to see, our screen is divided in two parts. In the half part I have written half of the word, on the other half I have written half of the word, but we can read the whole word contrast. So it is very ironic that the heading itself is making sense with this slide, because it is making that contrast, right? One item text is different from another. What does contrast do? Firstly, it catch the reader's eye. Whenever you will firstly see this slide, you will get to know that this is contrast only, right? They are showing us what contrast is, right? It creates emphasis. If you want to create emphasis on any particular word, just highlight it and keep the remaining word same. All right, and call attention to something important, very crucial it is. If you want to make sure that your main line or main product is being highlighted and readers are able to get to there, then this is your victory as a designer. All right, so this is what called in contrast. All right, then there comes how to create contrast. This is very we can say this question should be emerge in your mind, that you already told us that how to create contrast, but how you can create it? Just by making things different, when one thing is looking different from another. Exactly, but how? You can use colors and shadows. Whatever you want to highlight, you can add shadow to it. You can change its color, adjust size, shape, weight of any visual object, right? How? Or use contrasting style of text. See what I have done. Or use, I have highlighted it, I have made it bold. Contrasting, I have changed the color of contrasting. Style, I made it in italic of text, right? So adjust size, shape, weight of any visual object, or use contrasting style of text, right? So when you are using contrasting style, you are just changing the way how the text looks, right? Or how the way your image or block looks. Is it bigger? Is it wider? Or does it have different color? Does it have different style? If it has, then it is making that contrast. Or you can use hierarchy also to navigate. All right, so you can use hierarchy also. You can guide persons from one part to another part to create that navigating effect, like you are guiding user to move according to your guidelines, like you want them to move according to your move, right? So if I want user to read this, so I'll make it bigger, I will highlight it. I will also add a question mark here, that how to create contrast, but there will be a question mark also, because it is a question how we are going to do it, right? How, what and why, these are questions. So you as a designer also always try to answer these three things, that why you are doing this, like what if you are promoting anything, right? So why, what is the reason behind it? Okay, what is the product? You need to understand the product first, that what is the product, what is the service. Because if you are going to tell your product or service to the audience, then it should be clear in your mind first that what you are going to show them. All right, so this is very important to know, that what you are going to show them. All right, so you need to be clear, you need to get a clear idea about that thing first. So firstly, how it is gonna make sense, or how it is gonna be implemented, what you are gonna do, and why you are doing it. All right, so this is called golden ratio. We firstly ask why, then what, and then how. If why is clear, then what will be there, and if you are clear with what you are doing, then how will automatically get resolved, get implemented, because why and what are very important. All right, you can search about it, it is called golden circle. I'll show you that also, just for your reference. See, the golden circle, why, how, and what. So sorry, my bad, I interchanged the what and how. But if why is clear, then you can move to how, and then what will be automatically get clear. See this one. So you can read about it. You can just pause your screen and read about it, that what is a golden circle. It is a very good rule which applies in philosophy, in life at the same time, which will help you to make good designs as well. Because if these things are clear, then you will automatically get ideas. You'll observe things as per the golden circle, as per, to clear your things, to clear your ideas. All right. Now, repetition, very important. See, what if I am teaching you something and every time I change my voice? In starting, it might be very entertaining for you, but then you will get irritated. Why he is doing that? Why is doing so? Right? Because as humans, we have tendency to observe patterns. We always follow patterns. If there's pattern anywhere, we observe them, we follow them. You can see that here also you are seeing a pattern, that here we have firstly one heading, which is repetition. Then if you will see that slowly it is getting dissolved, or it is getting thinner. The heading is getting thinner. All right, above also and below also. All right, so this is what repetition is. You need to repeat things, you need to make consistent effort to keep your theme consistent. Now how you can keep your theme consistent? Again, with the help of colors, with the help of font which you are using, with the help of layout which you are using. If you are creating any presentation, so you need to make sure that the process you are following should be consistent. Page 1 and page 10 will be relevant to each other, should be consistent enough, so that you will be able to know, your audience will be able to know that we are following the same person. The same person has created the whole design. Otherwise, if you are using different design identities or different visual identities, then it will not make sense, because the whole presentation should be depicting, or should be appealing to the audience as it is created by one designer only, not by different designers. All right, so that's why repetition is very important. That's why I told you earlier also that less is more, right? So the lesser number of fonts you will use, the lesser number of colors you will use and you need to use them consistently, the more impact you will create as a designer, because that will become your identity. All right, so after repetition, oh, okay, so we got covered it. Okay, proximity, white space, contrast, repetition, and there is fifth one also, alignment. Okay, so basically, like I will tell you with this blog. So I find a blog for you. Just give me a minute. I'll share my screen. See, firstly, as we are reading about proximity, so as we understood that it is basically about making, connecting the dots, connecting the images. Now, if you are able to see this, what is this? What is this? This is a business card, right? Kenya Reed, a web designer. All the things which she has included: a desktop, a cursor, a smiley, and a Wi-Fi related to web designing, right? Like all these things will be done, can be done with the help of web designing. Her number, though this is not the real one, this is just a dummy, account. Her website, her email, and her number. So this is an example of business card where they are using, proximity. All right. Then see, this is an old-fashioned shortcut cake and a recipe. All right, so the ingredients in the story should make sense. Or the family tree, very basic example: parents, their children, then their children, all are interconnected to each other. What is this called? Proximity. So groups that are not related to each other should be separated to visually emphasize their lack of relationship, or if they are interconnected to each other, then it should show that relationship. So both the things you need to consider while creating. White space we had already discussed. All right, so I don't think I need to, each should show that relationship. So both the things you need to consider while creating. White space we had already discussed. All right, so I don't think I need to emphasis more on white space. This is a basic pretty thought that keep your face to the sunshine and you cannot see a shadow, right? Helen Keller. And other, there's negative space. All right, so you need to give the room to breathe for your design. Then alignment. So alignment is basically of three types: left align, right align, and center align. So see, if you are able to see that this is center aligned, all right, this is left aligned, and if we'll do reverse of this, then that will be right aligned. So alignment is also very crucial while you are creating design. Then contrast we already heard, and you can see an example of contrast. That, see, caution is highlighted. Caution is highlighted in yellow. Radiation may cause superpowers. This is not a joke. This is again, a warning kind of thing. And then the icon. And you can see color theory also. We have, discussed about this color theory in color theory also. If anything which is containing radiation, it is, highlighted in yellow. And this kind of symbol is used. All right. You can pause also if you want to read, and you can read it. Hierarchy, we already see that a visual technique that can help a viewer to navigate your work, and we need to do that effort. Audience will not do that effort to follow the hierarchy. We need to create that. See, this kind of thing. Save the date for the marriage of Corey and Anthony. The date is mentioned, the address is mentioned. You will read what first? That the thing which will stand out, which is save the date. Then repetition, we have already seen. To make a consistent look and feel of a design, we reinforce repetition. All right, so these are some examples, and putting it all together, layout and composition is done. Okay, so the principle which we have learned till now, it is very small effort to focus on these things, but if you will focus on attention to detail, then all these things will combined together, will be adding that extra touch to your design, and that makes your design stand out among, and that will move your design from mediocre to good or decent or nice or great, all right, or excellent. So this is what layout and composition is. I hope you got the basic understanding of layout and composition, and this is all about this session. I hope you got to know about new thing about layout and composition, and that's all from my end for this session. We'll meet in next one. Till then, bye bye all, stay creative and peace out. Thank you.